This multi-layer bean dip is incredible. With shredded sweet potatoes, taco-spiced quinoa, cumin and garlic, black beans, salsa, guacamole, and a homemade creamy cilantro lime sauce, this one is a crowd pleaser. It may look fancy, but it's actually really easy to make. You're gonna love this, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to put it together. Hello, my friend. Stephanie here. I'm a whole food plant-based chef and cooking instructor, and I'm going to show you how to make a multi-layer bean dip, which is a great dish to bring anytime you get together with friends for just about any kind of gathering. Quick note, you'll find the full written recipe in the description below this video. So let's get started. First, to prepare our homemade cilantro lime sauce, we will soak a 1/4 cup of raw cashews in some hot water to soften them. And we'll set those aside for now. Next, we will shred and roast the sweet potatoes. So preheat your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit and line a baking sheet with parchment paper like this. I use a food processor with a shredding disc to make really quick work of this task. However, if you don't have an appliance like this, you can just grab a metal grater and use a little manual effort. It still won't take very long. Trim away any corners or hard edges, but do leave the skins on because they're nutritious. The sweet potatoes I'm using today happen to be pretty small, but if yours are larger, you may also need to chop them down to a size that will fit through the chute of your food processor. Then just pass the potatoes through, spin the blade, and these will be shredded in seconds. Now spread the shredded sweet potato out over the baking sheet. And try to make them as even as possible so they'll roast evenly in the pan. Then season them with some sea salt, or even better, some chili lime seasoning from Trader Joe's. These will go into the oven for 20 minutes. While the sweet potatoes are in the oven, you'll have just enough time to cook some quinoa. Any variety is fine, but I really like red for this dish because it's so pretty. We'll need about 1.5 cups of cooked quinoa for this recipe, so that means starting with a 1/2 cup measured dry. However, I never cook less than 1 cup of quinoa at a time, just because I can save the rest for later. Might as well make the most of the time I'm spending cooking the quinoa and still have enough for a future meal while I'm at it. The shredded sweet potatoes have been in the oven for 10 minutes now. Flip them around just to help them roast evenly, and I'll spread them back out over the pan in an even layer once again, and put them back in for another 10-15 minutes. Once your quinoa is cooked, take about 1.5 cups in a bowl, and then add about 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning, and then stir it to coat. Open a can of black beans, then drain away the liquid and rinse them off. And then season them with garlic powder and cumin. Start with about 1/2 teaspoon of each and then adjust the seasoning to your liking. Now open some of your favorite packaged salsa and guacamole, or if you prefer, you can dice some tomato and ripe avocado. And while you're at it, chop some fresh cilantro, mince a little bit of red onion, and chop 1 clove of garlic. Now let's get to work on our cilantro lime sauce. Drain the cashews of their soaking water and transfer them to a small blender. It's good to have a smaller blender cup because we're only making a small amount of sauce, and if you use a standard size blender, the ingredients tend to splash up the sides rather than blending smoothly. We'll also add about 1/2 cup of fresh cilantro leaves, a 1/2 teaspoon of lime zest, about 3 tablespoons of lime juice, and we'll add a tablespoon of nutritional yeast, plus that 1 clove of garlic we chopped, and we'll have a few tablespoons of water on hand to thin the sauce as needed, and blend this until smooth. And now it's time to put it all together. On a large dinner plate or serving dish, spread out the roasted shredded sweet potatoes. If you're not a sweet potatoes fan, refried beans would make an excellent base layer in place of the potatoes. Then add the taco-spiced quinoa. Then layer on the cumin and garlic seasoned black beans. Next comes the salsa or the diced tomatoes. And then comes your guacamole or diced avocado. We'll sprinkle on some of our minced red onion. And then we'll drizzle on some of our homemade cilantro lime sauce. And finally, garnish the whole dish with fresh cilantro leaves. If you like a little heat, you'll definitely want to slice up or mince some fresh jalapeno and add that to the dish, and or blend in some red pepper flakes when you blend up the sauce. As you can see, this comes together super easily, and you can serve it with your favorite corn chips for dipping. Then in the unlikely event that you have some left over after the party, you can fill tortillas with it and serve it as tacos. It is so delicious. You really can't go wrong with this. And as always, it's made of healthy, whole food ingredients. If you have any questions about this recipe, please drop them in the comments. If you've been inspired, please hit the like button and also consider subscribing to the channel for more yummy recipes like this one. Thank you for spending time with me in the kitchen. Again, I'm Stephanie of Green Sage, wishing you good health and delicious food. I'll see you again next time.